How about them Lions? Welcome to another episode of Tim's Take, where we dive into the Lions right here. And it is December 26th. We last left off. We were 6-5. We had some very important games coming up in the race for the division, for the playoff seeding. We were looking to gain ground, and we were looking to make our stamp on this season. So let's dive into the Carolina Panthers game. Lions prevailed 26-17. Very good game against a very good opponent. It's going to help us with the seeding because we currently are tied at the same record. So this could be a very important game on seeding. Offensive yards, 281 to 239. This pretty much was a defensive game. Offensive rushing, 61 to 66, we both equal. 220 passing to 173, 12 first downs to 10. There wasn't much separation. Turnovers was the story of the game. Lions turned the ball over twice, but forced 4 turnovers from the Panthers. And whenever you do that, you win the turnover game. That's key. That helps, goes a long way. That helps dominate. And you see right here, 21 minutes of possession to 14. So we had the ball. We held the ball. We kept moving. Not the best game from Fargas, but we made both quarterbacks look inexperienced, especially on Bryce Young, too, with his 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions. Rushing, this was a focus of the defense, and it helped the game plan. Jonathan Brooks is a force in this league. Jonathan Brooks is up there in the top of the rushing statistics every year. And it helps that we focus and shut him down, that force Bryce Young to pass so he can make mistakes and throw interceptions. So mission accomplished on that. We didn't run worth a damn in that game. 10 carries for 29. For Gibbs, and Derrick Henry is 6 for 14. I even tried JMO to kickstart a few things, and it worked a little bit, but the rushing has to be better. Receivings, anybody who's played Bird in the Panthers knows Mingo is this guy. When he needs a big reception, Mingo is who he looks for first. 5 receptions for 91. We'll take it because I'm sure he's been burned with higher numbers by other teams. JMO, 3 catches for 90. St. Brown, 4 for 73. Lower numbers than we're used to, but like I said, this was a very good defensive game. 9 tackles for Harrison Jr. When his safety is leading his team in tackles, that's good. That means we're getting past the defense line and the linebackers, forcing that secondary to make the tackles. Johnson, defensive tackle, 3. This was sacks, 1.5 sacks, 1.5 sacks for Hutchinson. Derek Brown with a sack. G.J. Reader with half a sack. Javon Clowney. Interceptions. Trayvon Wallace, middle linebacker with 1. Terrion Arnold. Terrion Arnold's been coming on strong for your Lions. He's been the good opposite. We have Deontay Scott, who also had a pick in this game. But Arnold, if he can emerge as be that solid shutdown corner, that bodes well for improvement in this cycle. So we're counting on you, Arnold, to make plays and keep doing what you're doing. Kirby Joseph getting a big interception in that game. All the way around, a great game. 4 field goals for Jake Bates. This was a game that, hey, you got to get points when you get points against a really good team. And as you see, the second half in particular, we held the Panthers to no scores while we kicked 3-2 field goals to increase our lead and put this game away. So good win. Let's move on to the next one. which was Pittsburgh Steelers. Penguins is playing a lot better than what his record is. I'm confident he's going to figure this out because he always does. Whenever you play him, you have to bring your A game or you're going to get burned. You have to respect that he's a good user and will figure out a way to put his team in the best position to win. Um, Offense, the Lions prevailed in this one, 31-24, but it took a hell of a fourth quarter to pull this one off because we were down 24-17 entering the fourth quarter. So big win for us. 415 yards of offense to 387, 95 rushing yards to 119, 320 passing to 268. Numbers pretty much even. 17 first downs to 19. Not many teams get more first downs than me, so hats off to him. Here's the stat of the game. Turnovers. 0 for your Detroit Lions, 2 for the Steelers. Big. When you get these close games and you get the yards about equal, getting those turnovers helps. We even lost the time of possession game, and we normally don't do that. So hats off to him. He really found a way to move that ball against my defense, and not many people have. Fargas came up big, huge in that game. 18 for 30, 320 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Again, the rookie showing that he's not a rookie. He is going to be an experienced veteran in this league, and one guy that you can't overlook that, hey, there's no Goff there no more. Fargas is going to lead this team. He's our leader. Trevor Lawrence did great. 14 carries, 14 passes for 31, 281, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Kyren Williams, thorn in my side that game. 13 carries for 92 for 2 touchdowns. It pretty much was a battle between him and Derrick Henry. 8 carries for 81 for a touchdown for Derrick Henry. Gibbs, I'll need you, Gibbs. Where have you been? 8 carries for 13 yards. Not going to get it done. Got to do better. So, J-Mo, hell of a game. He stepped up when I needed him the most because I was having a hard time finding Laporta, and St. Brown numbers were pedestrians. But J-Mo came up with 6 catches for 148 and a touchdown. If you look at these numbers right here, very even spreading the ball around on both sides. This made it very difficult to target who's going to get the ball and where to look. So hats off to him for an outstanding game. Leader in tackles. Just like I said in the Panthers game, when you have your safety leading tackles, that's not a good thing on that defensive side. Unfortunately, this was the case that Kirby Joseph, our safety, led the team in tackles. Tackles for a lot. TJ Watt, all over my face in that game. Did a good job. Wingo with a big sack. Jack Campbell, Levi, I'm not even going to pronounce his name. Trey Brown, big interception late in that game. So that was very, very big when we needed it the most. So let's move on to our next one. The next one, we played the Green Bay Packers. This was for the division title. The Lions could clinch the division title with a win. And we put Green Bay to bed. This game was not as close as the score indicates. It was 26-24. Early on, Green Bay was up 7-0 in the first quarter, but we roared in the second quarter, and we pushed the lead to 17-7, and then had a comfortable lead the rest of the way, with only touchdowns late in that game to make it closer than it seemed. 374 yards of offense for Lions, 311 for the Packers, 98 rushing to 70, 304 to 213. First downs 19-14, turnovers 1-2. Time of possession. This is where our bread and butter. We're moving the ball. We're controlling the ball. We're leading the possession. That puts his defense on the field longer, wears them down, which opens up plays for us late. Rex Manning had an outstanding game, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception for the Packers. Fargas 305 with 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Stark 9 carries for 62. Gibbs 9 carries for 55. Thank you, Gibbs, for showing up. Gibbs showed up on that game. And Derrick Henry went away. Derrick Henry got 10 carries for 16 yards for a touchdown. So I need Gibbs and Henry to both figure it out and be good on the same day. Because that running game will open up a lot for us. Sam Laporta, 6 catches for 90 yards for a touchdown. Luke Musgrave, 2 catches for 80 for him for 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns. We hardly let the tight end catch a lot of deep passes. We let this guy catch a 37-yard, or 61-yard, excuse me. Jamewell, 5 for 78. And St. Brown, 5 for 63. So good game spreading the ball out. Hard to know who's getting the ball if you spread it out like that. Tackles. His linebacker Greenlaw, 12 tackles, led the Packers. Bruce Ross does what Bruce Ross does, 8 tackles. Let's look at here. Sacks, Bruce Ross with a sack. Lucas Van Ness with a sack. O'Coin with a sack. And James Houston with a sack. Interception, Rekishaw with a interception. Stokes picked me off early and took a defensive touchdown. I think I'm the first pass I had in that game, so it was very interesting. Trayvon Arnold's one. A lot of times when you get defensive touchdowns right away, you give up that. You can be a little gun shy on there. I shrugged it off and went on, and Fargas had a good day after that play. So that means that the division standings are now official for your champion in the NFC North. It is your Detroit Lions. At 9-5, they clinched enough to make the playoffs as division winner. So we're going to either get the 3 or the 4 seed, it looks like, behind the Dallas Cowboys and the 49ers. So we need that playoff game. We're going to get some experience. We do have to start getting healthy because we do have some big injuries on our team, and especially on the defensive line. DJ Reader's out for 2 more weeks, and Liam McNeil's out for 1. We've had to shuffle guys around on the defensive ends, put them in starting positions that they normally not accustomed to, but we have to continue our dominant defense of shutting down passing game, which we have, and prevent the running game from killing us. So that's what we looked at. Now let's look at what's going on ahead. We have a huge game coming on in a matter of minutes against a very good 9-5 Cleveland Browns team in Denbrew. Denbrew knows how to get the most out of his players. His defense looks very scary. I was scouting yesterday. His defense looks scary, so we're going to have to fight and claw and bite some kneecaps to get a win here. But we will do what we need to. After the Cleveland Browns, we got the New York Giants. The New York Giants are out playing outstanding right now. Bill's got that team rocking and rolling. Bill always knows how to bring a defense too. We got some very big games coming up against the Browns and the Giants at Ford Field. We need everybody in these games to be outstanding to further our seeding position. We have a last game against Shiloh Bad, which you can't overlook. Shiloh always brings it. And the finale of our season, we need to figure out a way to keep moving the ball against these 3 teams, limit the turnover, and play outstanding defense to improve our position. Let's quickly look at the playoff picture. Since we are in, on the NFC side, like I said, the Cowboys got the number 1 seed right now. The 49ers are the 2 seed. We are the 3 seed. We are tied with the 4 seed Carolina Panthers, but because we beat them, we own the tiebreaker. We need to stay ahead. There are some good opponents that are going to be in the wild card positions, and we want the option of playing the, I hate to say lesser of one, but we do not want to play the best wild card team, because that's what you get if you're in the fourth seed. You get the best wild card team. The Rams are playing really good. I was talking about Bill earlier. Bill knows how to get the most of his team. It's good that he's got his New York Giants doing well. And strangely enough, you look at the seventh seed in the NFC, you got Meek and the Seahawks. Meek is normally always the 5 seed or the 1 or the 2 seed. He always locks it up. Him behind the Rams, the 49ers, and the Rams is a little unusual. But the NFC is going to be murderer's row in the playoffs to get through. You can't take any of these teams lightly. So that's about all we have today. Keep at it. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. And we're going to keep putting up that good fight. We have a chance to have a really special season, finish it out strong. We've won 7 of our last 8 games. We need to keep going. Got to everybody tune in to watch the Browns later on this morning. And we're going to keep going. Get those playoff games under our belt and show that we can hang with anybody. So, catch you all later on the next episode of Tim's Take. Peace.